I don't know why I'm in such a reflective mood right now. I feel like one of those relatable YouTubers recording on a webcam, and alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah ma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Hopefully everyone's doing well. See, I'm not even supposed to be recording, but oh crap. Sorry, nothing happened. Sorry. I don't know, just my chair is sticky. See, my other chair is broken, so I'm using like another old chair from like 8 years ago, but that's not part of this topic, guys. That wasn't part of this topic. But let's wear these glasses because I seem smart. They barely fit. Are these broken? They don't even fit my face, guys. But now I seem a lot more smarter now, right? Anyways, guys, I don't know. I'm not supposed to be recording, but I really felt like I needed to share something. Again, I'm in this weird mood. I'm done on my work for the day, so I'm just kind of like practicing different stuff with my life. So I wanted to share something today, and the thing I want to share is that they really got us. Like they really put us Muslims on a choke hold. Pause. But they really got us. Astaghfirullah. Like what I mean by got us is what I mean by that is a lot, and I'm gonna explain it in this video. So if you have some time, like spend some time. Hopefully, it will be beneficial for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mahi, and I don't upload on this channel at all. But I just decided to share something because, I was going through some of my old YouTube shorts that I used to post when I used to be active on the channel, and also I also went through some of my stream chats because I sometimes stream on this channel for fun, right? And I noticed this one specific thing, which is we're still stuck at level 0 as Muslims. When it comes to our life, our livelihoods, we're still stuck at level 0. We are not making progress. And this is freaking concerning. When I'm streaming, and I don't blame any of you when I say this because I used to be in this position, but when I'm streaming and there's people that are saying, how do I wake up for Fajr? This kind of concerns me, right? Obviously, it should, as a Muslim, it should concern me. Not just me trying to make fun of the people that can't wake up for Fajr, because I used to be the exact same literally 2 years ago. It's more so just a concern that we're still stuck at level 0. Like, if I have to put it like this, and I'm sorry if I don't want to sound like an arrogant person, but we are at such a low level as like this generation. Obviously, there's gonna be brothers and stuff like that that are very ambitious, very successful, and may Allah bless all of them. I'm talking about like a lot of the Muslim people our age, like you're probably like 18, 19, 20, a little bit younger, a little bit older, whatever, right? What I see is we're at such a low level of life that we can barely do things. As I mentioned, Fajr. We're having struggle waking up for Fajr, guys. The basic minimum necessities we're struggling with. And then let alone the other parts of life that requires a little bit more effort as well. Like, if we can't do the basic minimum necessities, how do we expect ourselves to do the more harder stuff? A lot of us are stuck with this idea of motivation. Motivation. Oh, I need to be motivated. Oh, I need to be this. I need to be this. I need to be this. I need to feel like working hard. Guys, we don't have basic discipline to wake up for Fajr. We're still stuck here when other people are genuinely, and I guess we don't need to compare, but just to show the gap between us and other people are not asking the basic questions anymore. They're not asking about how do I wake up for Fajr. They're asking about how do I how do I make more money, or how do I improve my intellect, or we're still at a very basic level. and I get asked this question all. This is probably my most requested question. And guys, by the way, I am not a therapist or anything, right? So like when I say I get asked these questions, it's just because I used to make a lot of self improvement videos, so people just automatically by naturally like ask me questions about stuff. I am nowhere near perfect, and I can explain to you my flaws one by one, but we're gonna go on for days, and I don't think you want to hear that. So back to topic, right? Uh, yeah, the most asked question I get is like, how do I beat procrastination? And you might be like, yeah, it's a common question, but it's level zero, guys. Like, this is like, how do I beat procrastination? And the I guess the premise of this video is that they really got us by their hands. Like they, and what I mean by they is the software developers. It's the small kofi guys. It's a lot of different types of people, and I'm not putting the blame on necessarily just them. Obviously, we're responsible, but they really created an environment where they made us humans, specifically also as Muslims, genuinely physically disabled. They made us mentally incapable to such an extent where we can't even do work. We've gotten to such a low level of humanity. Astaghfirullah. We've gotten to such a low level of physicality, of mentality, that if we feel a little bit of difficulty, we automatically give up. Like if we feel any level of friction between us and our work, between us and the gym, between us and going to the masjid or whatever, if we feel some level of difficulty, oh, this is too hard, I'm gonna go sleep. Guys, it's normal to feel difficulty. It's absolutely normal to feel like friction. It's just that people back in the day, they were harder workers than us, because when they felt friction, they didn't just give up. The issue with us is that whenever something feels hard, whenever we can't wake up for Fajr, or whenever we can't do our homework earlier in the day, so that we procrastinate until like 9 p.m. and then we're too tired to do our homework, and so we just do like a little bit and then go to sleep, and then we wonder why we're getting 50s on our test. But once, like when we're just in this level, we're like a friction, oh, it's too hard, and then we procrastinate. Guys, we're acting like little 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds. Subhanallah. Like, I understand if a 12-year-old was telling us, this is so hard, I'm gonna stop. Okay, that makes sense. He's 12, he's 11, 10, whatever, He makes sense. Yeah, he's a young person, he's a young kid, he's still developing. But if us as 18 to 30 plus, 18 plus years old, or even, like 17, 16, whatever, at this age, we're like, oh, this is so hard, I'm gonna go sleep. Guys, and then we are in this negative mind state, which is like, oh, I'm procrastinating. Oh no, I'm procrastinating. I'm a procrastinator. Oh no, I'm procrastinating. So I keep doing it more and more because I'm a procrastinating. I'm a procrastinator, so I'm gonna keep procrastinating anyway. And then you're almost in this mindset where I call it the defeatist mindset. It's when you're just in such a mindset where you think, oh, I'm such a procrastinator, I'm always procrastinating, so you procrastinate even more. And so like you're just digging yourself a bigger hole. Because you're procrastinating, you start panicking. So you procrastinate more. But because you procrastinate more, you panic even more, which makes you procrastinate more. And then you procrastinate more, and then you just keep. Guys, it's not that hard. Why do we procrastinate? We procrastinate because we have primed our brains to not sit through discomfort. So we must prime our brains to sit through discomfort. But then comes the question, that's too hard, Mahi. That's too difficult. I don't know if I can do this. And the thing I will say to that is, that's a perfect question you ask because that's the exact question you're supposed to ask. Yes, the point of the point for it is to be difficult. Like, you understand? When I tell you that we must prime our brain for discomfort, and then the first question you ask me, which is, "This is too hard, Mahi," that's the point. So this is supposed to happen. You're supposed to feel uncomfortable. Yes, I understand. For all these years, every single time something got hard, we ran to the bad habits. We ran to scrolling. We ran to Instagram. We ran to video games. We went to the bad habits to numb ourselves again. I understand. So all these years, in our brains, we've literally conditioned ourselves for us to believe that pain equals bad, friction equals bad, everything bad. Let me go back to my TikTok. I don't know what I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, you understand this? And I get it, guys. I used again, bro. I have to say this because I'm sure there's gonna be some people that are like, "Yo, Mahi, you're just so arrogant. Like, you think you're perfect. I'm not, guys. I am not perfect. Like, if I told you my stories, only a couple of people know my real story. And no, it's not like I was like a freaking robber that lived in Brazil. No, no, like no, like not like that. But um, it's not like, oh, you guys don't know you don't know my real story. It's not that. It's just, bro, I've probably procrastinated more than you have. I've probably done bad habits more than you have because I have an addictive personality. So I was literally failing university. Yes, guys. I was failing first year of university and I was on academic probation. So that pretty much means that I would be kicked out of university if I didn't get my GPA high enough. And I was called into the advisor's office and the advisor was kind of rude to me, but I don't blame her. And she was just saying like, "Yo, you need to what are you doing with your day?" And I remember her asking me this question, which was, "What are you doing? Like, how many hours do you have in a day? Do you have a job? Are you struggling financially? Do you have to take care of four siblings? Or do you have parents?" Like, she was asking me these questions, and I was like, "Yeah, everything seemed fine." And I didn't have a job. I had the entire day free. I only had university to deal with. I didn't have anything else to deal with but university. And yet she was like, "Okay, you have all these hours in a day, and yet you're still failing university." And I remember that kind of stuck with me, and I started to really reflect on my life. During that time, I was watching a lot of influencers. The idea of self improvement was becoming more popular, and I started to slowly watch more self improvement YouTubers, and I realized like, yo, I don't want to be a loser anymore. I'm sitting here playing video games until 3 a.m. I'm out here scrolling on my phone until 4 a.m., until 3 a.m., until 2 a.m. Like, I'm genuinely doing that, guys. And my dad's out there working. My mother's out there working. My dad's stressing with bills. I could not like. And then I realized like most people, without being arrogant, most people remain unhappy with their lives because they keep choosing the comfortable path. So slowly and slowly, my beliefs started to change about life. Slowly and slowly, I started to realize that comfort equals bad. Genuinely, comfort equals bad. And obviously, yes, I did fall off. I did fall off here and there, but since that moment, I've been on self improvement for 3 years, and alhamdulillah, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. You know, alhamdulillah, bro. All with the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. So yeah, I don't know why I just felt like sharing this message, guys. We are digging our own. We are digging our own holes here. We're literally just destroying ourselves. So, some practical advice. Some practical advice I want to give you is that Change your beliefs. How do you change your beliefs? Ask yourself these questions. Why am I using Instagram? Why am I using TikTok? Why am I watching content all day? Why are you watching this brown kid who's 21 years old on a screen? Why? Ask yourself these questions, because I think, the reason why I'm talking about content too much or a lot in this video is because I think amongst us, our biggest issue is content watching actually. We just love watching content. Like, we love watching content. We just go on YouTube. We watch every video that we see on the recommended. We love watching content. So ask yourself why you're watching content. Because I'm telling you, I'm guaranteeing you right now, if you were locked in and if you had like some level of purpose and some goals to hit, you would not be watching much content. And alhamdulillah, I've really stopped my content watching a lot because I actually have things to focus on. And inshallah, Allah's gonna allow me to achieve them. But guys, like, this is the issue. We don't have anything to focus on. So the thing you should be focusing on is undestroying your mind. So undestroy, that's not even a word, but unwiring your mind. You won't know what to focus on right now because your mind is too numb. You won't know how to lock in yet because your mind is too numb. Fix your mind. And the way you fix your mind is remove the things that destroy your mind in the first place. What are the things that keep you numb? Content. I'm just going to say it, content. You might say it's pornography. You might say something. Content. It's content. Stop watching videos. Stop watching TikTok. Especially short form videos. If it's long form videos, it's much better. Stop watching short form videos. Our lives suck, which is why we scroll. Let's be honest. Our lives suck, which is why we scroll. Sorry, I I got a little bit kind of pissed off there, huh? I'm sorry. But no, genuinely, our lives suck, which is why we scroll. So, that's why. We like to watch other people win except us because we have nothing going on in our lives. Like, you kind of just, So, the life you should be living is fixing yourself every single day. And I have many videos on that. One of the big issues and one of the reasons why I stopped uploading on this channel is because people just like watching videos, but they don't like taking action. So, like, I knew, like, most of the videos I did make on this channel, I do believe that a lot of the tips I gave, is beneficial. I did really believe that. Because they're the tips that I used to become a more action-worthy person, someone who takes action. But I had a feeling like people like just watch content, but they don't actually take in any of the advice. They don't actually implement anything they do with their lives. Like with the content that they watch, they kind of just watch it. Okay, next video, and then they sleep, and then they wonder why they're struggling with the basics of life, like such as waking up for Fajr, such as getting my homework done, such as getting my assignments finished. I don't know what to tell you guys. And I'm here. I sound like, oh yeah, look at me, Mahi. I figured it out. I haven't figured it out, guys. I'm going through a lot of issues, especially like, bro. If you read this journal, you'll know. But I'm just trying to tell you, like, these are the different mindset shifts that's helped me change. So I'm just sharing them with you. So yeah, guys, that's it for me. May Allah bless you, every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, giving me your time and energy and attention. I'm kidding, but yeah, boys and girls, I love you guys for the sake of Allah. And maybe I'll upload more on this channel. Who knows? Allah A'lam. But this is something I want to share. So, Assalamu alaikum.